Hello everybody and welcome back to the Positive Greg YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. Thank you for all the lovely comments on my previous video, all the feedback that I've got. It's been real fun answering all your questions and seeing all your lovely comments on my video. Thank you very much for sharing me. If you are new to my channel, make sure you do like, subscribe and comment so you don't miss any of my content. Hit the notification bell and you'll always be in touch with all my fantastic videos. So yeah, let's go straight into today's video. It's going to be a cracker. It's going to be really helpful, this one. So yeah, let's get cracking. Welcome back everybody. Yesterday we're going to talk about a problem shared is a problem halved. What we're going to talk about today is how we can help deal with our problems, our everyday problems, our problems that we've dealt with throughout the last couple of months, last couple of years, especially with everything we've had to cope, the way the world's changed and how we're dealing with it now, but also how we're not going to be dealing with it alone. Yes, we're going to be talking about being in touch with other people who can maybe help with our problems, discuss our problems, have somebody to talk to, someone to be around, someone to confide in, somebody that's going to really help you ease that burden of stress, anxiety, worries, problems. These are all things that can weigh very heavy on you, and if you carry them around, they can burden you to the point of breaking. So what we're going to be looking at is ways we can sort of bring people into our lives, open up a little bit and enjoy the company of others, and also the joy it brings from allowing them into our lives, seeing a little bit into what's going on with us and maybe helping our situations for the better as we move forward. So yes, let's have a look at some ways in which we can embrace that and help ourselves onto the right track. Okay, so the first step we're going to look at is having the ability to open up. Now, opening up to a complete stranger sometimes is a lot easier to open up to somebody you know, because sometimes you feel like you're letting your defences down. Sometimes you put on a brave face because you don't want to let this other person know what's going on in your life, or you might be a private person, you might be somebody who doesn't like to discuss their problems or likes to try and deal with things or bury a problem and not have to worry about it. But this is where we're going to change. This is where we're going to find the strength in ourselves to allow ourselves to talk to the right person. Now, do you find that it's easier to talk to a complete stranger, a doctor, somebody else at the end of the phone? Do you find that's the easiest because they obviously they don't know you, they don't judge you, they're here to discuss, listen to your problems and help you out? Or do you find that speaking to a stranger is a little bit of an alien concept to you and you'd rather speak to somebody you know, somebody who knows you, somebody who knows potentially the things that you've been through in your life, and that will allow them to sort of give you a more personal approach to whatever it is, the issues that you're dealing with. And these are things that I think are absolutely fantastic. We do need to understand how important this is. This is the first step, is how we're going to approach speaking and opening up to people. Because if you share a problem and you have somebody helping you with your problem, then all of a sudden this heavy load of stress and burden has been lifted off your back, and somebody else can say, hey, let me try and carry some of that burden for you, let me help you develop and relieve some of that stress that hangs over your head. And this is a fantastic way of doing it, by just opening up, talking to somebody, having somebody to be there for you. Now, it doesn't have to be a complete stranger. It can be somebody you know, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be a mum, a dad, a brother, a sister. There's plenty of people out there who will be willing to help you, and a lot of people who'd be happy to understand that maybe because you don't normally open up, you've opened up to them. Because if somebody does open up to you, if you're the person who's watching this video and somebody has come to you and said, you know what, I saw Craig's video, I have got some problems, and he said maybe let's talk it out with a family friend, or good friends, or a family member, and you're the one, you should feel really blessed by the fact that somebody could potentially open up to you. If they trust you enough with their problems, their issues, and they're willing to open up to you and talk to you about these problems, then you are a very special person. You are somebody who they trust, they are willing to trust with, some possibly delicate information, some very personal information. So make sure that you do your best for that person. You work as hard as you possibly can to listen, embrace, find ways to improve their lives and help them whatever the problem it is. And if you are the one who's discussing these problems, make sure you are open with this person. Make sure you are telling them exactly what the problem is. Be a little bit personal, or be it just something that you just need advice on, because we don't know everything. We don't claim to know everything in the world. We do sometimes need a bit of help, and sometimes it can be a little bit hard asking for that help. But you know what? It's the first step. Be brave. Ask for that help. Get somebody to maybe share that burden with you, or even just get that pressure of getting that information off your chest will make you a million times better. So yeah, that's the first step. Start right there. Okay, so potentially let's fast forward to you've shared your problem. Now, what type of problem is it? Is it something that's going to require maybe a medical health professional? Is it something that's going to need somebody who understands you on a personal level and the things you've been through, and that will allow them to help you significantly get a plan together that's more bespoke to your situation, who you are, and the things that you've dealt with in the past or potentially going to deal with in the future? Because this is the important thing, is you've got to find out what, depending on what your problem is how it's going to best suit discussing that with the right person and the right person for the job. Is it something to do with your mental health? Is it something to do that's causing you sleepless nights, or underlying stress issues that potentially are causing you to have a hard time in work or whatever? And this is where you do need to speak to the correct person and make sure that if it's a medical health advisor, if it's a doctor, a nurse, the Samaritans, that you do definitely tap into the right area and speak to the right person, that you do get the right information and the right path that you need to be on. Be it a family member. Obviously, family members don't judge. Family members are always there for you, and they understand you probably more better than anybody, or even a lifelong friend. So having them in your life, depending on what your problem is, the most important thing. You do need to look at who, what and why you're talking to this person. Why are they best suited to it, and how are they going to help you personally improve your situation? So the fundamentals of what I've been saying to here is, obviously we fast forward to, we've spoke to these people, but now it's formulating a plan on how we're going to make this work. How does it look for us, and how and what roads have we started to go along? Because we all have to start somewhere, which is obviously just opening up and talking to somebody. But then we've got to see a way of longevity. We've got to see a way of keeping this going, finding a long-term solution. Quick-term solutions are very easy to do. I'm pretty sure if you think of your problems or any issues that you might have, there could be a quick fix for it, but it will not fix it in the long run. It will be underlying, it potentially will lie on your mind. You may suffer from mental health issues, physical issues, or even your ability to get up and go every day will be dramatically affected by the weight and burden of whatever those problems are. So it is so important that we get a plan out there, we understand what it is we're looking to achieve, move down that road and have an idea which way we need to go. So starting with a strong plan, having to sit down and thinking, right, well, say for instance, I'll use some examples. If I am suffering from sort of depression, say, or mental health issues, what's the long-term goal for that? Obviously managing and coping with it. It's not going to be a quick fix. It's not going to be something that it can fix overnight. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes talking to people, understanding the things that have caused you these problems and ways that you can improve it, talking, helping and allowing that stress to relieve from you. Other examples, say for instance, having issues at work. Like for instance, if you've got issues at work and you're not enjoying your job, or you feel like you can't quit your job because the financial implications of it are just going to be too much for you, and you may have a family to look after, you may have dependents, and this is something that you think, well, I can't quit, I can't do this. because it's going to have a massive implication to my family, my friends, potentially the roof over my head, the food on my table. And that is something that, again, talking to maybe somebody within the careers sector, somebody within the job sector, and think about how you can maybe change to a different career, and maybe, do you have any other skills that you might be able to move on to a different type of job? If you work in retail, could you maybe look at maybe office work? If you've been unemployed long term, could you maybe look at sort of getting on that job ladder and maybe starting out to be a part-time, helping out over lunchtime somewhere? Just get yourself into that sort of routine of building up and allowing yourself to move that little bit step further every single day, but over a long period of time. So have a plan, have a strong plan, know exactly what it is you need to do. If you don't know what you need to do, let's revert back to step one, talking to people. Figure that out with the person that you've confided in, the person that you've been talking to. Everything we do, if it's not working, we can always refer back to the first step. How does it look for us? How did we start this, and how's the plan going? And this is where we need to look at the next step in regards to keeping a good plan, keeping a strong focus, a strong mindset on how we're going to allow ourselves not to take a step back and keep trying to take a step forward. So yes, we now have the plan. How are we going to keep going, and how are we going to see it through to the end? That's the big question. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so yes, we've got our plan. We spoke to obviously the people that we need to. We found the right people for the right type of problem we have, and we have a plan. Now, what it takes is focus. What it takes is discipline, hard work, and the ability to not quit even when things get harder to do. So this is what we're going to be looking at in this section, is how we're going to have the confidence, the ability to build up the strength, the mindset, the courage in order to see this through, because you will find hard times, you will stumble along the way, you will find hiccups, you will have good times and you'll have bad times. That is the nature of life. If everything went perfectly for us, that would be fantastic, but that is not always how it goes. You have to prepare yourself for hurdles, prepare yourself for the peaks and troughs of everyday life. There'll be times when things will go fantastically for you. There'll be times when things might not go too well for you, and you might have a bad day. You get home and you think, oh, you know what, all the hard work, I feel like I've not really achieved anything today. And this is where the difference is. This is where the mindset comes in. This is where you have to be strong mentally, and this is where you've got the people around you, your plan, you've got the structure that you've already built, and you can look at this as an entirety and say, yes, I know what I started out on this journey. I started out to be better, to problem solve, to get over the issues that I had, and try and make a change in my life for my own self. Because at the end of the day, this is about you. This is about improving you, improving your quality of life, improving your journey as you move through life, be it in a career, be it in family, be it in mental health. We all have to stay strong on whatever it is we're looking to do in our lives, and how we're going to build that up and keep it as part of a sustainable idea and a sustainable plan that we're going to keep in our lives, that's going to keep us on the right roads. Because you know what, as I said, it's going to be tough, it's going to be hard, but it all comes down to how you want to achieve your goals. Can you achieve it? Do you feel you're strong enough to do that now? Or is that something that you need to work on? Is it something that you found, whatever you may have potentially done in life, it's not worked out for you, so you think, what's the point trying? And that's the mistake. That is the mistake you can make, is by falling so many times and not understanding that you can still get up, because there's going to come a point where you stop falling. You're going to walk proud, you're going to walk forward, and you're going to find the success and the harmony within yourself to enjoy life and find the things that you truly want from that. So this is the message I'm trying to get to you now, is try and approach this with a strong mindset, with confidence. It might be, might come quite easy to you. it might take a day, a week, a month, a year to finally truly achieve the path you're looking to go down. But you cannot fail, you cannot give up, you must continue. You must carry this on and show how strong you can be, because you know what? You are an amazing person. You are in control of everything you do. Don't let your mind talk you out of what you can achieve in life. You are special, you're amazing, you're powerful. So you are the one who's going to make this happen, and do it now. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it's been really helpful to you. I hope that this may have resonated with some real messages to you, that a problem shared is a problem halved. You know, two heads are better than one. Having that confidence to be able to share that with somebody, you know, releasing that burden. It could be something that you've held on to for years and years and years, and it's now time to let that go. It's now time to release that burden and share it with somebody who can maybe help you come out of that darkness. Because I'm pretty sure that if anybody's watching this who has issues that you know this video was meant for, you know, you will have had some very dark times, you will have had some very tough times, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel. You just need to believe it, you need to see it and know it's out there. Even if you fell at every hurdle you've ever come up to, it doesn't mean that you're not going to make the next hurdle when you approach it. So keep it going, keep confidence and be yourself. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. You know what, please leave any likes, comments and everything there for me. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm really interested to hear back from you guys, and hopefully if any of you had success stories from some of this information that I've given you today, that you share that with me, because I'd love to hear back from you guys. And I hope that my positivity has maybe just give you that little bit more positivity in your life, that little bit more hope, a little more belief in what you're capable of in your everyday life. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I've been Positive Craig. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.